Long before there was Sex in the City, four other women captured the public's imagination with their frank talk about relationships in Terry McMillan's bestseller, Waiting to Exhale. You know it became a blockbuster movie with an all-star cast. If you don't, remember this?
Whatever happened to the good old days? Good old days.
What good old days?
Jinx. You know, the days when men actually flirted with you and asked y'all for a real date, you know? Where they hiding?
Now those four unforgettable characters are back in the long-awaited sequel, Getting to Happy. And the author, Terry McMillan, is here with us live in the studio. It is great to see you, and I cannot put this down. It is a real page-turner. What made you, after 15 years, want to revisit these characters?
Well, it wasn't intentional. I had been thinking about telling a story about four different women, again. Basically enduring or undergoing four different scenarios, when it dawned on me that where I had left these women. And I thought, you know, first of all, I'd already told a story with four characters, so why repeat myself? And then that's when it dawned on me that where I'd left these women and how I could pick up, basically 15 years later, they could evolve in age. and their concerns would be a little different.
Yes, they have really grown, and you know, the first one was sassy and all that. This one is too, but you can tell where they have really evolved.
Well, I think, you know, what the problems and issues that women face in their 50s or 40s are a lot different than when you're in your 30s. These women seem to have been a little bit obsessed with men, and not to say that women in their 50s were not as obsessed, I don't think. I think the way that we have to deal with them is a lot differently than when we were in our 30s. We have a lot of other issues that we have to deal with. And men can compound it.
But I love how you said it's not like you, Javier Bardem, I think is the person you use. If he comes into your life, you're not going to shoo him away or anything like that.
Oh, no. But, you know, I think that there are a lot of women who are in their 50s who, you know, suffer from the empty nest syndrome. Some are divorced, some have never been married, some are suffering from loneliness. And there are some women who have flatlined, and they just think that this is the hand they've been dealt and they have to live like this. And I disagree with that. I think that, you know, I mean, I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I've recovered. I've forgiven my ex who was on this show. And you...
Have you forgiven us for putting him on the show?
Oh, yeah, it was not your fault.
No.
And I mean, no, that was like 5 years ago. I'm so past it. But
and we want to talk a little bit about that in a moment. But there was a character, Bernadine, and Angela Bassett played her so powerfully in the movie. And there was that scene where she puts her husband's clothes in the car and she sets it on fire. You know, she's just so upset. And we find out now that she's forgiven him, and they're friends. And I equate it to what's going on in your life, because 2005, you alluded to the nasty divorce with your husband.
Oh, yes, I was a mean person too.
Well, he was gay. You didn't know it at the time. He comes out, and it led to some pretty nasty things. But have you forgiven him?
Oh, yes, I've definitely forgiven him. We're friends. He's not my BFF, but no, I mean, time, they say, heals all wounds, but I think it's a little more to it than that. I became someone that I didn't like, and I realized that I had more power over my well-being and sense of that I had lost my center based on actions of someone else, and that I was the one who was responsible for them, and I snatched it back. And that's how I was able to get back to happy.
I'm about to say, are you back to happy? And is that what you wanted to accomplish? And for people picking up the book, where we are various places in our lives?
Oh, yes. I mean, we all go through our own forms of hell.
Sure.
And I think, you know, people can't tell you how long to grieve, but there is room for all of us to recover and to start our lives over. And that's pretty much what I've learned how to do. And I think that women have a right and the ability to be able to get over almost anything and to resurrect ourselves and reinvent ourselves. And being 51 is not the end of the world.
No, indeed not.
No.
You're working on the screenplay, which is fantastic. You're going to have the 4 main characters back from the first one?
Hope to.
Oh, I hope so too. It was something and still is, and as are you, and just glad that you're getting to happy.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you always
too.
being so open with us. And you can read a beautiful chapter of Terry McMillan's new book, Getting to Happy, at abcnews.com/GMA, and we really hope that you do.